Good morning, Riders. Today is Friday, October 25th, and I'm Raymond.
And I'm Sully. Welcome back to Rider News.
Hey, Sully, can you cook, anything other than cereal?
Raymond, I can cook toast, but I know people who can cook.
You're right. During National School Lunch Week last week, Chef Sen and her team of students prepared lunch for their peers and staff.
Let's take a look at what Nathaniel captured for us.
What we did was we took our level 3 students and divided them into teams, and then each team had to develop a recipe that met all the criteria that the cafeteria has to follow in order to produce a school lunch. And each team created their own recipe. They thought about something that they didn't see on the menu that they wanted to see on the menu and came up with a recipe. Then they began testing the recipes and tweaking them to make them meet the nutritional standards.
Hello, Skylar. I just wanted to ask you, how's the food today?
It's good.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
I think it tastes pretty good today.
That joint, it's smack right now. It's smack.
First of all, we had to talk about what the nutritional restrictions are. So there's a certain percentage of sodium, there's a certain ounce of protein, there's a certain number of vegetables that have to be in each serving. Additionally, there's a serious cost factor that they had to work within. So they had all of these parameters that they had to meet. So that took quite a lot of research of the nutrition and the costing side.
It was actually made by our culinary students here at CR. What makes it different than the regular food that we usually get?
It actually has seasoning.
Usually I don't like the food at all, but this one is really flavorful. I can tell it's a lot better.
It actually has seasoning, and it actually tastes good.
You can tell it takes more time to make, and it's more authentic.
National School Lunch Week at Caesar Rodney was a success. Our culinary students got to learn firsthand when working alongside our nutrition staff about the extreme government regulations for food service that are only beat by NASA regulations. A special thanks to our nutrition staff for taking part, allowing our culinary students to be in their kitchen, and also for cooking for us every day, every year.
Thanks, Nathaniel. Looks way better than toast.
In other news, Justin's got a closer look at our unified sports team.
Let's take a look at what they've been up to.
My name is Brandon Hatch, and I'm a senior.
Why do you like playing football?
I just like coming out after school, seeing these kids smile, and helping them get better with regular day stuff and football. And it just makes my day to see them win.
I don't want to waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us.
Bryson Manier, and I'm a senior. The athletes are very goal-oriented, so they really they always want to do the best, and sometimes their abilities don't allow them to do the best. And seeing them grow throughout a season and going through 5 or 6 games and seeing how much they grow as a person and as an athlete really is impressive.
We'll go through the wastelands.
Jaden in the 12th grade.
Why do you like playing football?
It's super easy, it's super fun. The kids are great. I have handshakes with all of them, so you can really interact with them. And it's a fun time always.
I'm Steven Grossman, I'm a freshman. Seeing the kids happy, at the end of the day, it's good for everybody.
Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these.
Thanks, Justin.
And now a commercial break from our FFA team.
Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angels. Lonely as I am, together we cry.
Seniors, are you ready for college application week at Caesar Rodney High School? Make sure you report to the library when called down from October 28th through the 31st. There you will receive coaching from your counselor on college, trade school, and military readiness. Also, don't forget to be on the lookout for the college logos and facts around the school. Write 3 facts about each school along with your name and submit it to Miss Knoll in A107 for a chance to win a Chick-fil-A gift card. Let's make it a great week, seniors, and go Riders.
Thanks, guys. Now let's take a look at our segments.
Hello, everyone. On Monday, the lunch will be chicken nuggets with a roll, oven-baked french fries, and glazed carrots. On Tuesday, we will have mandarin chicken with rice and egg roll, oriented vegetables, and steamed corn. On Wednesday, we will have barbecue pulled pork sandwiches with fresh broccoli salad and baked beans. On Thursday, we will have a meatball sub on a roll with onion rings and steamed peas. And lastly, on Friday, we will have assorted sandwiches.
Bada bop boom pow.
Bye, excuse me, watch me run.
Good morning, my name is Emmanuel Kennedy, and this is the Rider Sports segment. Homecoming games for next week is cross country at Brecknock Park on Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. Middle school field hockey also has a game here at Legacy Field on Monday at 4 p.m. Middle school soccer comes here at Rider Stadium at 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Come support all your peers and go Riders!
Alright, so how many seconds are in a year?
It's like 24 times like how many days in a year?
Like 50 million.
$1,253,000.
3 billion. 3 million.
Thanks to those who did segments. That's all for this week. I'm Raymond.
And I'm Sally. We'll see you next week on Rider News, because I'm out.
Good morning. This year I will follow in the footsteps of my good buddy Antonio with the CRN Rider reviews. But in this series, I'm going to take a different approach. Instead of tackling the big picture in every episode, I'm going to focus in on specific topics about each film that I review. But, admittedly, it can be very difficult to read a movie like a book, especially if you don't know what you're looking for. So today, we're going to get on the same page. I put together a list of all of the major techniques filmmakers use to get their message to you, the viewer, and I'm going to explain all of them as fast as possible. This is just a way of saying, where's the camera? Where is it pointing? Want to see the whole scenery? Try a wide shot. Want to get in your character's feelings? A close-up is the way to go. Did gravity change direction? Give the camera a little tilt. Go low for power, go up high to show weakness. There are plenty of ways to place the camera to serve your purpose. The possibilities are endless. In good film, everything on the screen is there for a reason. The only things that exist in the movie world are the things that you see. For example, it's clear that I'm wearing concert attire, but what you didn't know is that underneath, I'm wearing cargo shorts. You wouldn't have known that if I hadn't shown you because it was off the screen. Besides, that would ruin my dapper aesthetic. Think of how Game of Thrones has a distinctly different visual style than Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. In Cloudy, you can always see everything in the frame. It's bright, it's colorful, it's whimsical. But in this scene in Game of Thrones, the colors are muted and cold. The haze eats away at the background. You can see the raw, rugged textures in the wood, the ground, and in people's faces. Color can tell a part of the story too, as symbolism or a simple mood setter. Yep, it's exactly like English class. Dialogue is the most direct way characters on screen will communicate their information to you, so it is a critical part of filmmaking. Imagine if Gandalf never said, but instead said, "Pardon me, sir, for I am in your path. I kindly ask that you please turn around so not to jeopardize our own mission."
That's all I have to say about that.
Why is a movie called a movie? Because things move. But it's not always that simple. Sometimes how something moves, even the camera itself, tells a lot of the story. Remember in the Avengers, When Captain America was engaged in that hand-to-hand fight with Ultron, remember that camera shake? That shake made it feel so much more real, right? You only watch half the movie with your eyes. The other half is what you hear. Music directors know this, so they write their soundtracks with a purpose. Many things are important for a film's soundtrack, but perhaps the most important is memorability. Without listening to it, can you hum the music from this scene? You probably could, because Darth Vader's theme is so iconic. Dun, 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 dun. That music is a key part of his character. Editing is the magic glue of film, but I'm not talking about this kind of editing. More like this kind of editing. Editing is just the way the editor turns hours of footage into one coherent film, most of which is just simple cutting. As an artistic aspect, however, the editor can manipulate time in many ways to convey certain ideas. In Rocky, the editor was able to make a training sequence of several days fit into 5 minutes of engaging screen time. Last but most certainly not least, I will talk a lot about directing. This basically refers to how the director ties all of the techniques and tricks discussed above into one coherent product. Balance is super important to storytelling. Adding too much or too little of one of the techniques we've previously discussed could make the entire film feel cheap or awkward. The graphics team wasn't at fault for the atrocity that was the Emoji Movie. No, what they made was pretty good for a movie about emoticons. The cringe fest started in the script department. Like, what did they expect from a movie that opened with,
like every freshman in high school, his whole life revolves around his phone.
Good directing can sometimes be seen, but the best directing is what you don't see. Directors who can control all of the artistic aspects of film well are the ones known for creating the most immersive and natural feeling film experiences. There we have it, folks. These are just some of the many things to look for when reading movies like books. On a serious note, I hope that some of you can take something away from Rider reviews by the end of the year. Film is just as impactful and deliberate as written literature. It is just another medium for storytelling, and for me personally, it is the superior form. It combines text, visuals, music, and time to create the ultimate bundle of literary genius that puts some films on the level of Shakespeare's greatest works. Movie watching is not any less fulfilling than reading books. And more often than not, it's a really efficient and fun way to learn a lot about the world, morality, philosophy, friendship, or anything at all. And if that's not magical, I don't know what is. Alright, that's all I got today, Riders. Catch me next week when I talk about the visual genius of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.